Best damn podcast, the best damn town. You wanna get up, get ready to get down. With its big wide sky and the wild river Thames, if you wanna go, we can take you there to Great Falls, Montana.
Welcome to the greatest damn town in Montana, Great Falls. I'm Rebecca Ingham.
I'm Shannon Newth.
And we're No Damn Experts. I have to share that I am super excited that our guest in the studio today is an amazing woman.
Yes.
She's in the second phase of her career.
Oh.
We've had her husband.
She's in a new era.
Yeah, she's in her new second era. I don't know how many eras she'll have. We've had her husband on the podcast talking about skiing.
Yeah.
And
I wasn't here for that one.
nope, you weren't. So you didn't know that. That's why I'm sharing that.
But I have a fun fact about her husband later.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll she probably has some facts
I'm
too.
sure she does.
On the podcast today is Erica Ferrin.
Yay.
The owner of Gray & Co., one of the newest boutiques in downtown Great Falls, Montana. Erica,
Beautiful.
welcome.
Hello, ladies. That was quite the introduction.
Yes.
Settle down.
It's going to go up from here.
Yeah.
It's only going to get
That's
better.
the standard now.
So to kick us off, Erica, tell us your life story in 5 minutes or less.
No big deal.
Where you're
boy.
from, what you've done, what's going on in your life, the first person you kissed, and yeah, go.
Okay, cool. I am a Great Falls native.
Ooh, Great Falls girl.
Yes, I am a Great Falls girl. I graduated from Great Falls High in 2005. And
Oh, a young Great Falls girl.
I know. Well, coming up on a 20-year reunion.
Ooh,
So,
my goodness.
I had mine last September.
So weird.
Yeah, it is.
yeah, but at least we have so much cool stuff to show everybody now when they come
Yeah,
back
for
home.
sure.
So
Yeah.
that's cool.
So Great Falls High grad.
Yeah. Then I left Montana
okay.
because I thought everywhere was so much better. But it turns out
You were wrong.
I was wrong.
That seems to be a common theme, probably for teenagers across
Definitely.
the world.
Yep.
Yeah.
But Montana is so great that it didn't take me long to, miss the long summer days and the quiet mountains. So anyways, I moved back home and I was a hairdresser for 15 years and I was a young mother. And so that's what I did my first part of my career.
First chapter.
Era one.
Era
Yes,
one.
era
Yes.
one.
Yeah.
And it was great, full of lessons. And, but all good things must come to an end, and my body needed a break from doing hair. So I decided to morph into clothing, which wouldn't have happened. I went in on my own, created my own little salon in the Johnson building downtown, which is a really cool little staple. And the Blue Rose Boutique is in that building. And so I worked by myself in my salon, so I often would wander to the Blue Rose where I
hang out.
made a bunch of new friends
Yes.
in between clients. And that's where my passion for the retail industry kind of started. And my good friend Tracy that owns the Blue Rose kind of mentored me a little bit through that, along with my friend Allison, who has Dragonfly Dry Goods. I did her hair for a long time.
Okay.
So I had a lot of really great connections and things like that. And yeah, long story short, I was kind of a little bit impulsive and I decided to close my hair salon. And 3 months later, I opened Gray & Co. It was very fast and furious. And
That's a short. That's
yeah.
a short transition for such a major thing.
yeah, it was crazy. But, being from Great Falls and my husband's really involved in the community and has a lot of connections, we were lucky enough to get construction done quickly and properly and have a beautiful store on like the best corner in downtown, pretty much.
So how long have you been officially open then? What was day one for you?
December 20th, 2023.
Okay.
So it's been just a little
wow.
over a year.
So old hat at this.
Oh man, I
Was
wish I could say that.
Was there ever consideration that you'd keep both the hair salon and the in the back and the retail component?
No, I was completely done with hair. I was very successful, and my clients were amazing, and I was just done. So
I know they're still alive. I know one of your old clients, and she told me, she goes, now I've got to find someone who's going to color my hair. Do you know how ridiculous that is? And I'm like, no, I don't. Yeah. I'm like, look at me. No, I don't. Beautiful. And she goes, I now have to get an interview with this other person to see if they'll accept me as a client. I'm like, ooh, you better be on your best behavior.
I know. They're not. I know. But luckily, I mean, there's so many hairdressers in town. But I mean, I had a lot of really good relationships, and they still come visit me at my store. But we have such a need for retail in Great Falls. Yeah. And also like unique experiences. And ever since I was younger, I always wanted to be downtown. Anywhere I travel, I just want to go downtown. Yeah, you know, and that's always been how I've been. So I feel like somehow I made my life come full circle, which is crazy because Did you have
a vision board?
No, I just keep
focused.
Yeah, it's hard work, and I didn't come from, a lot of money or anything. I had to work really hard. I've been working since I was 14 years old, and I had kids really young, and I did everything probably the opposite way you're supposed to do it. And so I feel like, opening a huge clothing store when you've been doing hair your whole life probably seems really crazy and challenging, and it is, but that's just kind of how I roll. So I'm like, challenge accepted.
Do you know how many square feet your store is?
It's just under 3,800 square feet.
It's big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. And it's a beautifully
gorgeous
done space.
Thank you.
I don't believe I will have the words to explain how stunning the layout is, because I'm super not good with words. As
it feels like high end and special.
Affordable high end, though.
Right.
It's
like
not
welcoming high end.
Yeah, it's not unattainable high end experience.
Right.
But it
just feels elevated experience. Maybe that's the way to put it. How do you describe it? It's like, maybe we should ask you.
Well, I don't know. I'm still kind of trying to figure out what I need to be for our community, but I definitely, as I was a hairdresser, I traveled all the time with Redken for hair shows and things like that. And I got to I got a taste of the big city and things like that. And a lot of times I traveled by myself. So I had a lot of alone time to look and study things. And obviously it takes a lot of money to make it perfect. But, I do I want to feel like I'm maybe in Seattle or New York City, but I don't want to live there. I want to live in Great Falls, Montana. Yeah. So I guess that's what we're trying to create.
Yeah. I think you have accomplished that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It feels like that.
Right.
I'm gonna leave haircutting or hair behind after this.
Okay.
There was an episode in Seinfeld where he was dating a massage therapist, and she would never massage him, and he would often try to grab her hands and just put them up on his shoulder when they were talking. So it's a funny episode, and he never got a free massage. So I just wonder if any of your old clients just show up when they're shopping, but then they slip a scissor in your hand, and they just keep trying to get you to turn their head.
Look how
and
bad I look now. Yeah,
just move your hand up there.
I still hear about it all the time. I do have one client. I still cut his hair at 8:30 in the morning every 5 weeks, but
is his name Andy?
Yeah. No, Andy doesn't even get that regular haircuts. Poor guy.
He's the one at home walking around with the scissor going, hey, honey.
I actually forced him to make an appointment when I was first done, and I made him go see a barber for a while, and I was ending up still doing it. So whatever.
I feel like this is a losing battle.
But there's just one person I still take care of because it was just a family that took care of me when I needed help. And
that's awesome.
It's just one of those things that you got to do. So I'm happy to do it.
So let's talk about some of the brands that are in your store, because I think that helps people identify what kind of stuff is there.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So I have a lot of stuff in my store right now.
Women's and men's.
Women's and men's. Men's is probably maybe a quarter of the store. It's mainly women's. And I'm still in my learning era of retail, so men's is challenging. But we definitely have, a full back wall full of it. And I carry men's Red Wing Heritage shoes, which is a lifetime shoe that's made in America. So
I do have to ask this, and I've always wanted to know. So since you're here and that's my show, I can do this. Did you choose the Red Wing brand because of where your married family is from, where your in-laws are from?
Yes and no. I wanted to kind of, well, first of all, I love the style of the shoe.
I agree.
But I also do love Red Wing because I just love my husband's family so much. Like literally all of his family still lives in Red Wing. And when we go there, it's just the coolest little place. It's almost like a time warp. So I did want to give, that a little, a piece to my store. And
they don't make Crocs anymore, or it was a clothing store, so it wouldn't have made sense to carry Crocs.
No Crocs. I mean, I won't even buy my kids Crocs. I can't do it. But so I wanted like one shoe line, and it was unique, and it kind of fit my style and what I'm going for in my store. Plus, it's a lifetime shoe, so I mean, it's an investment, but.
And the men's section is, there's not a ton of options, especially for men in that style that you have. So that is kind of a unique thing in Great Falls.
But I also think here we are, 3 women. Here's my theory. Men aren't constantly looking to update their wardrobe in general.
Right.
Women are going to be more apt to be like, oh, this is on trend now.
And seasons and
men's are more basic stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's stuff that's not going to all of a sudden be out of style. So you can get away with fewer, I think.
That's true.
And I'm trying to bring something different, like if I wanted to have a store like the other things we had, I would carry the same thing as like North 40 or and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just trying to bring a little diversity into the industry.
Absolutely.
And so I'm trying to do that without completely scaring away our community. I still want them to come. So it's a very fine line I'm tiptoeing on.
There was a line that Tracy carried at the Blue Rose early on that was a men's style, and it was a button-up shirt that I absolutely loved the brand. And my husband's one of those really awesome dressers. He's a t-shirt jeans guy.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, if I got him this dress shirt and you could roll the collar up and it had a different material on the sleeve. And on the collar lining. And I'm like, oh, he'd look so cute in this. And I'm like, what do you think about this? He's like, for who? And I'm like, you. And he goes, no. She doesn't carry it anymore, but I still love it.
Yeah.
Maybe my next spouse will have interest in letting me dress him
in your next era.
Your next era. My spouse is he is a nice dresser, and he knows how to put a good suit together. That's something I do appreciate about him coming from TV. Like he knows a good suit. He always has the pocket square, but he also is more Western in his day-to-day than my typical style. And so it's funny, he has one pair of sweatpants, and I call them his hot pants or something, because they're just more on trend and a little bit skinnier version. And I'm more of the preppy girl style that I like. And so I think he would just not wear the things that I would pick out for him, but I want him to.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's
I want to be like, hey, go see Erica's store.
I know.
That being said, he is a very nice dresser on his own. But
yes, I would agree. A lot of people just bring their husbands in, and then but I have couches and places for them to sit if they get tired and need to take a break. So, but it's a work in progress. I mean, we have a couple of lines. I'm about to bring in a line called Scotch and Soda, and that will be. That's going to be kind of a gamble.
Is this a men's line?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm excited about Scotch and Soda.
Yeah. It's really nice stuff. It's a little different. And there's other stores across Montana that carry it and do well, that are far enough away that we're not competing. So
good.
So I considered that. So that's going to be new. But other than that, for my women's area, I carry so many lines, and a lot of them are charity-based lines. So,
Oh, cool.
and a lot of them are made in America. So the price point seems a little higher because that's what's going on. You know, it's made in the USA. It's a women-owned company.
quality.
You know, percentage goes to a different charity every quarter. I have multiple, and then I have some other stuff, you know, that comes from elsewhere. But yeah, there's just a lot to look at, and I'm like always there to help, and I'm still learning too. So it's, yeah, I don't know. It's quite the ride.
Let's brag on one of the pieces that you're wearing, which is your initial E necklace.
Yep.
That I also purchased during ladies' night out because why wouldn't you? Because I want to be just like Erica. And so
Did you get an E for Ingham or
I
an
did.
R for? Oh, okay.
I got an E for Ingham.
Oh, so you really are copying her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not joking. Like,
I thought you meant you got an R, but E works for you too.
I live
Yeah.
in her neighborhood, and I'm just steps away from just walking up and staring in her window,
Yeah.
going, "I got
dress
wine.
me
Would you
today."
like?
Yeah.
Would you like me to come in?"
The answer's
She'll
going to
be
be
like,
yes.
"Why is she just standing in the yard with a bottle of wine?" She'll scream
I'm
out,
just over the
"Just
hill.
leave
Can
the
you
wine!"
I'll hike up the hill and come over if
Yeah,
you invite me
we can
to.
meet
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Oh,
walk over.
Andy loves visitors. He'd bring me right into the garage.
So that necklace, a percentage is donated to. Tell us about the line
Right.
and then what the money goes to, because I think it's really cool, and that's ultimately why I bought it. Not
Right,
just because
of
it was
course.
cool and I wanted to be like Erica, but the ulterior
Behind
motives
it.
too.
Yeah.
Totally. So the brand is called Braca, and I buy it out of LA, but it's a percentage of it goes to fighting human trafficking.
Yeah.
So it's not, you know, it's a little higher end than like your Target jewelry. It wears really nice,
That's
but
probably good.
just the fact
Yeah.
that like it goes for a good cause.
Absolutely.
They have some really fun pieces. I actually just brought in a new fragrance line that is really beautiful. I just got it at LA Market a couple weeks ago. And then they also have candles, and that's actually goes towards fighting human trafficking as well. So I
neat.
didn't realize that. So that's kind of cool.
That's great. You have
Yeah.
so many things that have these added
There's
extended benefits.
yeah, there's a lot of companies do that now, which is
Yeah.
really cool. I don't think a lot of people talk about it enough. So
I agree with you.
Can I have a follow-up
Sure.
question? Is the necklace only available in E's, or are there, or is there an S by chance?
You're gonna have to figure out an E.
maybe we can like no. Yes,
We'll draw some Sharpie on there.
Perfect.
yes. I usually order all the letters that they have in stock, which
Okay.
that kind of varies.
Sure.
So
Okay. Well, I'll have to come in and
get
look
whatever
for
I
S.
can get. Yes, for sure.
Okay, and then another thing you're wearing right now, which is just like my favorite, kind of that copper color, is just kind of my favorite color, and I love that it's silky. Tell us about your other. We'll have to take a picture of you after and post this so
Right.
people can see your outfit.
Because the big thing here is, I'm gonna say, Erica's store isn't. It's not fancy clothes. It's nice clothes that
Yeah.
you can wear
Nice
every
quality.
day. You can wear it for work. It's not like you have to be going out somewhere to wear it, and you don't have to have a certain profession to wear it. That the pieces intermatch, and so today
can
she
do a
just
lot with
looks
them.
super classy.
Yeah.
Let me just say that, but it looks very casual as well.
Yeah, day to night, basically.
Yeah. There you go.
Because that's most of
Perfect.
our lives, right?
Right? Yeah, no kidding.
You want to like go to work, and then you're going to go to N Bar for a cocktail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Perfect.
doing after this.
I'm just going to follow you. So that when I walked in, you were already sitting down, and I thought it was a shirt, but it's a dress, or it can be a shirt or a
Yes.
shirt dress. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
It's really cute. This is from Sage the Label, which is a fun little brand.
I did love everything with that label in the store.
Yeah.
Have a ton. Yes.
It is so gorgeous.
Yes. Another really good brand that I carry that's probably more familiar to people is Sanctuary. And actually, Tracy carried that at the Blue Rose years ago, and she gave it to me as a nice friend to help me get started. And
nice, yeah.
Like, I don't know why she did that, but like, she's just a good friend. Like, this is like literally the greatest
She's
brand.
really a kind person,
Yeah.
and if
She
I
is.
can ever get her convinced to do like more video stuff, like
oh, I know.
I will show up. I'm like, hey, do you want to do a video with me? She's like, no. Well, she used to say yes, and then,
She literally
and then
hates
she
it
would
so
get
much.
so like, I'm like, okay, I'll be back in a week, and then she's like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do can I send like for a week? And then I'd show up. She's like, I don't want to do this. I'm like,
Oh,
She's actually hilarious. She should come in and do this one day. She'd have a lot of stories for you.
if we can get her to talk.
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway.
I would agree.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah.
When you first started, did you want to carry clothes that you would wear, or were you looking beyond that, or kind of how did you get started in figuring out what you wanted to carry in your store?
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm a shopper at heart, so that helps.
Yeah. Well, this way you can go and shop, and it's for the sake of the store.
It is,
Yeah.
but I still feel guilty about it. It's part of my shopping addiction.
Right. You're like, Andy, I'm so sorry. I bought so many things for this that I'm going to sell.
Right.
No, the closet is looking bad, but like in a good way.
Yeah.
It's tough. So I just kind of lean on my reps when I go to market. So I go to market in LA and New York twice a year, and they've been in the industry forever and they're very knowledgeable. And so I kind of, I've been learning from them while putting my own twist on things. And just from working in the community downtown for so long, I kind of know what people are looking for, but also trying to bring in something different, like push them out of their box.
Yeah.
We don't always have to wear like a plaid shirt and jeans, which is super cute too. I love that. And I'll wear that, but it's like, there's other stuff out there. So it's kind of scary, right? Because, we're all kind of set in our ways, but I mean, I want people to stay in Great Falls and school shop and stay here and shop for
Absolutely.
clothes because, before that, there's just wasn't enough options. And that's what we're trying to do, especially downtown. We're just trying to give more options for people, especially people that are coming to visit.
Yep.
It's a great little place to pop in and cool down or warm up and, maybe find something that you wouldn't have found in downtown Great Falls otherwise. So, yeah.
Do you, and you did this partly in response to people saying, we don't have enough of this.
Right.
Yeah.
And every day, I mean, even on days that aren't so busy, like I still have people that say, thank you so much for opening the store. We really needed this. And so that helps me to, okay, I'm doing the right thing here.
Yeah.
Not getting to afford that bottle of wine tonight. Hopefully Rebecca shows up in the yard.
I know. Please come to my yard tonight. It's been a long January. But yes, I think retail was needed, and all the other stores downtown welcomed me with open arms, which is so nice to have, their leadership and to, talk me off the ledge when I need it.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
We've heard from other downtowners that there's a sense of collaboration throughout the downtown. Obviously, you're hinting towards that, or is that just your little group and other people are mean to you?
Oh, man.
I can say wholeheartedly that I've never had a bad experience with another business owner downtown. And I've even doing hair. I mean, I've worked downtown for, 15 years. And so, I mean, you definitely, it takes a while to make those connections, but I feel like we all have to work together to make it better for people. And I think that's what's working right now because, I mean, you don't have any other choice.
Yeah.
Like we have to be a unit and that's been working. So
I'm going to take that and shift into, you've been doing some really creative events since you've opened. So you're part of Ladies Night, which we've talked about as kind of like a staple to kicking off any shopping experience.
Yeah.
And how wonderful it is. It's the Thursday before Cat Grizz weekend. So let's just keep that going.
Real excited about that.
So
that's
excited.
like her time, isn't it,
my
Rebecca?
favorite
it really
night.
is.
Like,
It really is.
You were ready to roll last year.
Ladies Night Out happens, and I'm like, all right, game time. 5 o'clock. I slam the door. I head downtown, and everyone's like, you need a glass of wine? I'm like, yeah, 5 of them. I'm done until Sunday.
Yeah. It is party time.
Keep it coming.
Yep. I had $1 for every time you literally said that last night or that night. Yeah.
So then you've got Ladies Night Out. You've got Small Business Saturday, but you also do some of these your own, like, hey, buddy, let's do these things and let's make something happen. So tell me about those.
Yeah. So, luckily because I kind of am in the middle of Dragonfly and Blue Rose and I are literally separated by 2 doors. And so we do a lot of stuff together because we're talking to each other all day long anyways. So we did, last year, our biggest event was Galentine's Day, which is just a random Saturday in February that we think sounds good for everybody else.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we try to make it in the middle of the month just because that seems to be easier for people. But it's really cool. I always have live music. I love Ryan David Johnson's like my favorite local artist. He did our wedding and everything. So he always comes and plays. And then I usually have my husband, pouring wine all night. And
He is really a good host.
he loves it so much. He gets more excited than I do. I get anxious.
Yeah,
He's
he's just
ready to
excited.
roll. And so thank God for him. But, I get nervous because I want everything to be perfect for everybody that comes because I love to host but I want it to be perfect and I want you guys to have the best time. So Galentine's Day was great. We do like little gift bags with free goodies in them. We usually do some discounts. This year is going to be really big. It's on February 15th.
Yeah, right.
And
Valentine's Day is a Friday this year.
Yeah, so we decided to do it the day after. We'll see if that was a good or bad idea. But I have Big Sky Health and Wellness coming in doing like B12 shots and infusions for
nice.
really discounted price. Hillary with Golden Hour Beauty, she does piercings and facial tattooing, but she'll be doing permanent jewelry.
Okay.
She's a good friend of mine. And then, Ryan will be playing. We'll have Bubbly going. I think Nosh is going to cater for Tracy and I both.
Fine.
So Tracy and I try to mirror each other just so that our people can go back
It's a
and
nice
forth.
flow. Yeah.
So that's going to be great. It'll go all day, 10 to 5. And then we usually try to do another one in the spring. We do have like a little group with all the retail business owners and we try to get on the same page, but because of people's schedules and stuff, it doesn't always work out. So the other stores are kind of doing stuff leading up to that weekend. So it's kind of cool. It'll just be like a week-long thing and you follow like what your favorite places or whatever. But that's been a really good one. Basically, whenever I'm getting kind of bored, to be honest, I'm like,
Let's figure
who
something out.
wants to do something on a Saturday? Let's get the Prosecco rolling. Let's do some sales.
That. Yeah.
But the other thing that I really like about the added experience you bring during those kind of events, whether it be, Christmas stroll, which is not a good example, or ladies' night out, but you're featuring other local businesses. So you featured one that I was excited to learn about, knew nothing about, St. Vincent, where we got a little sample of some melty candle wax.
Yep, that's happening again on Valentine's Day.
It was so good.
What do you mean by melty candle wax?
It's not like a candle that you light on fire. It's like you put it in a pot and it has
And
a
it
light
melts?
bulb underneath it and it
it's-
melts.
Yeah.
It's just a melty.
That type of, okay.
Yep.
Yep.
But she
I
also
got it.
makes beautiful homemade candles.
In those like wooden boats.
Yeah, those are really pretty.
Yep, she's so talented. Her name's Kayla. She's actually a hairdresser too, and she has like 5 other jobs. I don't know how she does it. She's like Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
But she came to me when I first opened my store, and I mean, I love women and men, but I really love women that are trying to do something on their own. They're entrepreneurs. They're doing it all by themselves. Because it's hard and it takes a lot of guts to put everything on the line to do that. And so she came to me and I was like, hell yeah, let's do this. Like, her candles are beautiful. They're not toxic. They're not highly fragranced. They're gorgeous. Like some people they buy them and you don't even burn them because they're so pretty. So she's been a great little sidekick in my store. I love her to death. And then I've also brought in, I have another gal, I did her hair forever. Her name's April Baker, and she does a lot of like copper twine over like gemstones and stuff. She brings in some of those. That's also locally made. Another gal named Donnell, she has these little bracelets that I just got in.
I
and
was just looking at your bracelet. I was
they're
like, that's
really
pretty.
cool, and they're all handmade by her.
Oh.
You
You have those, and I'm like, I gotta.
Yeah, these are
planning out my
new.
Saturday. I'm like, I need an
Are you
S
just
necklace and the copper,
dress?
the really copper pretty, and the and the
Your
candle.
e-necklace.
Yeah, my e-necklace. Yes.
I know it's just fun to have a little bit of everything. My other friend Katie, she makes these little clay earrings, and so gosh, I think I have a few more, but I have a lot of little locally women-owned stuff in there that's made right here in Great Falls. So yeah, we've got to stick together, you know?
Yeah. After I bought my necklaces, I was heading out, and Andy's like, "Hey, do you want one of these sugar cookies?" And I'm like, well, yeah. And he's like, do you need more champagne? I'm like, yeah. Did you not hear?
He's good. He's keeping
I
you
don't
in the
work
store.
tomorrow.
Yeah. That's right.
And so I grabbed the cookie. I'm like, oh, this is so beautiful. And it was Gray & Co. written out just like the logo,
Yeah.
which I always find interesting because I'm
Yeah.
like, did they have to do that by hand? Is it printed?
Oh, she
It's like
totally
sprayed?
did all those by hand.
Oh my goodness.
And so
Yeah.
I said, oh my God, where'd you get these cookies? And Andy's like, Erica knows some chick and they made them. And I'm like, I'm looking at the back. He flips it around. He's like, you'll have to ask her. I don't remember who
I
her
know.
name is.
Well, her name's Angel, and I've actually known her my entire life. Our moms grew up together, but she actually was a hairdresser too. And I didn't do this
seeing
on
the
purpose.
influence in
but,
your life, yes.
We're all creative humans,
Yeah.
right? And so she had to stop doing hair as well, just because it just wears on your hands and whatnot. But she still likes to have that creative output. So she does me sweet favors. She's not for hire. That's why I can't tell
Really
Right, and
promote her.
so
Yeah.
But
that's
she's
what
so
I
amazing.
figured.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's hard not to share her information
Right.
because
why is there
she
not
would
a
be really
sticker
busy.
on the back so I can order it?
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
I figured it had to be something where no, you don't get access to these
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
These are
But
my
we can still
people.
get
Yeah.
her a shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The name, how'd you come up with Gray & Co?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And also we should say it's like Gray, Grae
yes.
plus sign
Plus
Co.
sign co.
Yes.
Yes. It was really weird. It actually just came into my mind and out of my mouth that quick.
Wow.
Well, that's how you
you're
know it's meant to
creative.
be.
Yeah.
It was weird. So, Gray is spelled Grae, and it's so my daughter's name is Jillian with a G. My youngest daughter, Ruby, Andy, and then Erica.
Oh.
That's beautiful.
So, and then Co, because it took a million of our closest friends
Yeah.
and family members and colleagues to help us put this craziness together. So it
That's
literally took
cool.
half the town. Yeah.
So we're going to dig into your in-law family a little bit because I know them. And I see them in the store. Your mother-in-law,
Yeah, Sue's there.
Sue Ferrin.
Yes.
Who has been, let's just brag a little bit, a staple in our community
Yeah.
for a number of years. I don't know
She
if
was
there's an area of town that hasn't been touched by
Very
her.
true.
Yeah.
And then she also ran a bridal shop with your sister-in-law
Yep.
for a period of time. And she hangs out in the store every now and again.
She does. So she retired from the bridal store and she helped me a ton because, when you first open a business, you don't really have a lot of extra money, but I have kids that need doctor's appointments and stuff. So, and also Sue just loves people. And
She's
so
really good with people.
She's awesome and people love her. So everybody wins, right? So she was really helping me at first. And then, she is retired. So
Trying to be
she's
retired.
trying to make Bill retire. That's never going to happen.
Yeah.
But so she does go out on trips and stuff now, and she's been doing that more often, which is really great. And then she actually did get some of her bridal stuff back. So she actually has a pop-up bridal store in Kaufman's downtown right now.
Oh.
And you can pretty much go in there and get a smoking deal and almost name your own price. So if anybody's listening that needs a wedding dress, go to
kidding.
Kaufman's and see my mother-in-law. So
Yes.
she hasn't been in the store a lot lately because she's doing that right now. But I'm sure come summertime and stuff, she likes to just even come work a few hours just to say hi to people, which is so nice to have her. She's
That's
the best.
cool.
I'm also going to make the shout out. We have some Central Montana tourism, which occupies the greater region that Great Falls is a part of, and their staff hang out in our building. They did a summer video shoot, itinerary stuff, and Bill and Sue are the talent featured
Yeah.
in the ads.
Yeah.
So that's another thing you should watch out for any Great Falls, Montana tourism or Central Montana
You
tourism
can see someone in the family.
ads. You're probably going to see people who live here in our community
Right.
as the models
Yeah.
in those spaces.
Because that's literally what we do here. We're
Yeah.
literally doing those things all summer. So
what we're doing.
Yep. So come do it with us.
And your family and extended family, I mean, there's a lot of touch points in downtown Great Falls.
Yes.
With your store, and then, of course, Sue and Courtney at
Yep.
the Bridal Boutique and now the pop-up. Courtney's involved with the Newberry across the
Yes.
street. And then, of course, Ferrin's Furniture. So there's a lot of Ferrin and family influence down down
There's
there.
a lot, yeah.
Do you have siblings that are in this town?
I do. I have a brother.
Oh.
Yep.
Do you rope him into stuff? Like, hey, is he older or younger?
He's younger, but he's like 6'5" tall.
Oh,
Like, he's
gosh.
huge,
So
so
you
he
can't
looks
really
like he's
muscle him
older.
around.
No. He's a really busy guy. He works full time at the refinery, and then he has 3 kids. His wife's a teacher at Meadowlark, and my oldest niece plays for varsity at Great Falls High as a freshman.
Ooh.
And then the
wow.
younger 2, my brother's busy like coaching their sports in between working 90 hours a week at
my
the.
gosh.
So I don't even know how they do it.
Yeah.
So we're very close family, but I try not to bother him too much. I try to go to concerts with him and buy him a beer because I feel like that works out better for us.
Works
So.
out real good.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. How, and you can just be like, I don't want to share this story. But how did you and Andy meet, and how did that become a thing?
So funny. So it's actually kind of a funny story. And I was actually out with my brother during the day on a Sunday, which is not normal. But it was.
You're more night people.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like on a Sunday, I'm
Saturday.
usually like at home with my kids doing laundry.
Yeah.
But it was in July, and it was, that was year 2020, and it was COVID. And it was actually the first live music event downtown, which happened to be at Elevation. And it was on a Sunday afternoon at like 1 p.m. And you had to buy a ticket to go. And, I was a single mom at the time and going through some stuff. And I was just like pretty clingy to my brother at the time, and his wife was supportive of that. So the 3 of us were a tripod a lot. So I was like, okay, let's get the kids a babysitter, and we're going to go to Elevation during the day on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And so it was like social distancing. So we had this huge long table at Elevation, and there's just 3 of us there. And there's this band.
Yeah.
Well, in comes Andy Ferrin and his like ski club buddies, because they just got done with their ski club float, which is weird because Andy, usually when he's on the river, he never comes back into town, but he did that day, and he was literally still in his swim trunks and in a t-shirt that said Sunday Fun Day on it.
Nice.
And we kind of knew each other's first name, but other than that, we didn't know each other.
You were like aware of
Like
each other in the community.
I
I know
graduated
you
at the same time
exist.
he did, but
Yeah.
different schools, whatever.
Okay.
So anyways, he was like, hey, Erica, do you mind if we sit at the other end of this table? I'm like, yeah, dude, go ahead. Like, no big deal.
Yeah.
Well, the band was playing and people were dancing and stuff. And my brother and I and my sister-in-law were just sitting there chatting. And he actually thought that my brother and I were there together dating.
Oh, no.
And so I guess he like texted Courtney, my other sister-in-law, and was like, hey, like, do you know this Erica girl? Like, is she single? And she's like, I don't really know. Like, probably. And so, we had a few beers and started just, we were all kind of talking together, and then we started dancing, and it was like pretty early in the afternoon, and like we were just having so much fun. So Andy was like, well, like, let's go down to N Bar, and like, I'll buy you guys a drink. Like, that's, I own that with my partner group. And my brother was like, oh yeah, cool, So like literally like my brother, my sister-in-law, me and Andy went and just had like this full Sunday together. And then we ended
Sunday
like
fun
all
day.
going to dinner at Howard's Pizza afterwards, and like
my
we just
God.
like continued the
Nice.
day, and like we just never stopped talking after that.
Wow.
And so it was
So
kinda
he
cute.
figured out that you weren't. So the conversation with Courtney was happening while you were still at Elevation.
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay. Because he's like, wait, who is that with her? Oh my God.
I know.
Here's the picture. Do you know
Yeah.
that guy?
Right. And I felt safe because I was like with my brother.
Yeah,
And like
totally.
my brother's a pretty good judge of character, and he wasn't like trying to get rid of him. So
Yeah.
it worked
That
out.
was seal of approval.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot when I was doing my list that N Bar, of course, is a part of the part of the conglomerate of everything too. Yeah.
It's all good.
So, since you have all this free time being a mother, a wife, and a
right.
business owner, what do you do when you're not doing all those other things?
Yeah.
Ugh, I clean my house. I don't know. We try to go to the mountains. If I could live in like Nyhart, I 100% would just live there full time. But
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
when the kids are gone. But
Do you ski?
I just started because my husband is a big skier, but I literally am so afraid of heights that I just stay on the bunny hill. Like I
Because
don't.
the chairlift part is.
I'm not going any higher than that bunny hill.
Yeah. Be like, you go do the black
But I
diamonds,
love
I'll
it.
stay
I
here.
love being out there, and I love Showdown. Like I would just go hang out there and watch people ski. But
Well, Rebecca likes to go to ski areas just in a
for
cute
lunch.
outfit to have lunch. So
And a beer.
you could do that.
Oh, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, done that before.
So my mom came down a couple years ago, and we went up to the one near Shoto, which is
Teton.
Teton Pass.
That place is fun.
And my mom's like, "What are we doing?" I'm like, "We're gonna go have lunch and a beer at Teton Pass ski area." And she's like, "Okay." And so we show up, and of course it's beautiful here. Like it's you're wearing just a sweater. It's not that cold. We get up there, there's a ton of snow,
Of course.
and everyone's like in their ski stuff and got skis on and snowboards, and we're like, they're looking at us, and I walk up and I looked cute. And I walk in, I'm like, "We're just here to have lunch and a beer," and they're like, "That's fine with us." And I'm like, "Perfect."
I love it.
So we had lunch and a beer, and it was beautiful. Went and sat on the deck, and I haven't done that at Showdown yet, but I'm
You should.
gonna
Why not?
Yeah.
because it seems like a perfect way to spend the day.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's just a short little jaunt out of Great Falls and you can come back home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
My husband, I'm gonna say about 40 years ago, was he said a really great skier.
He said.
I'm not going to deny
have
he
not witnessed
probably skied when he was 40 years younger. I'm not going to deny that. But at the same time, I don't think if you don't keep doing it, that you're as phenomenal at 50 as you were when you were 15. That's just, that's my assumption.
Right. Yeah.
So he's like, "Do you want to go skiing this weekend?" Yeah, I haven't done that since I was a freshman in high school. I think I'm probably going to suck at it. He's like, "I'm really good." I'm like, you haven't gone in 40 years. I doubt you're really good. He's like, "I'm really good."
Okay.
He said the same thing about being in a canoe. I'm like, I don't think
yeah,
you
I have
are.
stories about that.
Oh, no.
So,
To have that confidence.
right. And
What a
I think
gift.
there is part of it is just having enough confidence where
Yeah.
you're like, "No, I'm not good." And then you're, I don't know, not worried about falling down the hill.
Right.
That's kind of how it is when I open the clothing store. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, yeah, I got this figured
Yeah.
out. Like,
Yeah. You
I
have to
fall
do that.
down the hill a lot, and then I just climb back
I'm
up.
just that
That's
good.
right. Yeah.
Just that good. So I'm like, "We can go skiing. I'll sit at the lodge and watch you tumble down the hill, and
Watch
then
you be an
watch
expert.
Aaron Wiseman be ski patrol and come
Yeah.
get you." Because that's what I think's going to happen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Was Andy ever on ski patrol?
I don't think so.
Okay.
He was just president of Ski Club for like 9 million decades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You also, do you do yoga fairly often? I was in a yoga class with you and Tracy
yeah.
a couple weeks ago. I don't remember when that
Oh.
was. Do you go there? Do you do yoga very often?
I used to. I was
Yeah.
trying to get back into it. I actually go to Thrive Cycle pretty
Okay.
religiously.
Oh, yeah.
And Studio Bar.
Yeah.
Right now I've been going more to Thrive, but I always carry my Studio Bar membership because like I would go to Studio Bar every day, but it's so hard.
Yeah.
But no, I love that yoga place, the Max Studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
spot.
great.
Mm-hmm.
I loved yoga. I don't do much of it anymore, but I was one of the only classes that got to do yoga in the Lee Steen Gallery at the Paris
Oh.
Gibson Square Museum of Art.
Fun.
And honestly, if you've not done yoga,
With the stick figures.
oh my God.
Okay,
it was
hang on.
so
Is this
much
when
fun.
Michelle Chenoweth did
Yes.
it? Yes. So that's when I did yoga a lot. And then you could go to the Mo one Sunday a month and do yoga. And that was
Yes.
like my mom outing of the month. And I
was
miss that
perfect.
so bad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, they will have occasional like beer and yoga things. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
why
I
not?
loved it because Michelle was always like, "You're doing good," and I'm like, "There's no freaking way I'm doing good. Like I feel
But
what my
that's what
body is
yoga's
doing.
about.
I can't imagine
Yeah.
what it looks like." And then she'll be like, "Remember to breathe." I'm like, "Nope, you get one, you get one or the other."
She lets
Like,
you get weird too, so it helps you feel comfortable. And she'll tell you like get weird, and I'm like I feel weird right now.
I don't know if I can be weirder in public right now.
I know I miss that little spot. It's great.
Maybe
Bring it
that's
back,
something
Michelle.
you could do in your store on like a Sunday morning
Yes.
yoga with
I know.
Prosecco.
I know.
Yeah.
I've thought about that. I've actually thought about talking to Keely with Studio Bar to do that because she does those
Oh.
pop-ups at Elevation too.
Yeah.
And I love her so much. I love her little studio, and I feel like it would be perfect. But yoga too, that whole family comes and shops my store too.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, that's
great.
I need to get back on that.
Yeah.
If I can recall, Studio Bar has a retail section, and they're well, I'm going to call it athletic wear. I would wear it for leisure wear.
Oh yeah, I love
It's
it.
fantastic.
It's banging.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to go check that out.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have not been in there, but that's when I would occasionally do a bar class at the Peak, but I have not tried it at Studio Bar. But oh my gosh,
You have to.
shake immediately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're not messing around.
Yeah. And then you get so much more appreciation for ballerinas.
If you would like me to come film you doing a bar
You just
class,
see me
I would
like-
so do that and put it on our social
thank
channels.
You. Yeah.
Folks, if you're listening
Maybe
and
we
you
should get a
want to
video of
see that
Erica
kind of
doing
content,
No wait.
watch Shannon at a bar class.
just
Email Carol
shaking.
information at visitgreatfalls.org.
Well, maybe I'll start by checking out the clothing part too.
Okay.
Well, here's the deal. Once you make it through a class, even if you spend half of it in child's pose, like I do, even though I've been going there for 5 years, you feel rewarded. Like you need to buy yourself a pair of Lululemon leggings.
right,
And then that's what
perfect.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I did
That
this.
sounds like
deserve
a
it.
smart
Yeah.
business plan on their
Yeah.
part.
Yeah. So definitely check all those things out.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so upcoming Galentine's Day
Galentine's
event.
Day.
February
Yeah.
15th. That's a Saturday,
Yeah.
folks.
Great.
Yes, that's the big one coming up. And then we have a lot coming, but the St. Patrick's Day parade will come.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
We've got the big sidewalk sale that happens
Yeah.
during fair at the end of July.
That's going to be a really big one for me this year because I have a lot of stuff in the basement that needs to come out.
And I think it was probably during the sidewalk sale last year, I got this really cute, like faux suede kind of jacket from you last year. And I got it in July. I was like, I'm saving this for the fall. This will be perfect.
Yeah.
And I really like it.
I
Yeah.
know.
So
Have
I
you
hit up
worn
this
it yet? I don't think I've seen it.
Maybe it was not on a weekday. Maybe we're gone. I have worn it.
Okay.
I also
Maybe I'll
just
try
want to
to
add
wear it
like
next week.
the clearance stuff in my store really shouldn't even be on clearance. But part of my learning curve in my first year was I just really bought too many things. And so now everybody gets to reap the reward of getting it on a big discount. So
That's got to be so
it's
challenging.
not old. Like
Yeah.
all the stuff is so good, but like I got to keep it fresh. So like
Yeah.
Right.
when I'm having a sale, it's not because it's crap. Like it's really
It's
good.
'cause
I
I
just
ordered too
need
much.
more room.
One piece left.
Yeah.
Yeah, or that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
keep that in mind.
Yeah. What do you hope people experience or take away from coming into your store besides buying some great clothing?
Well, I just want them to feel like it's a different experience that they would feel anywhere else shopping in Great Falls. Also, I don't ever want anybody to feel intimidated when they come in there. It is a big store, but myself and my few girlfriends that help me, we're all Great Falls girls. We all just want everybody to feel cute and comfortable. So it's for everybody. So just come on in. We usually have bubbly in the fridge or whatever you want.
Perfect.
So if I walk in and I'm like, Erica, is this a shirt or a dress?
Yep.
You'll go, it's technically a dress, but you can wear it any way you want.
Correct.
Because sometimes there's pieces I pick up that are a little bit more fashion forward, and I'm like, I don't know how this is supposed to be worn. And I've gotten comfortable with people. Well, I shouldn't say that. I've never had an issue asking questions. And so I like at Tracy's, I'm like, how's this supposed to be worn? She's like, not that way. She's like, help then.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, I feel that way too, being from Great Falls, but like a lot of the stuff that I buy at market, the girls that are in the LA showrooms are wearing it a lot different than I'm going to wear it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm going to morph it into how we can wear it here. So that's why I try to buy so many different layering pieces. And occasionally I'll buy something a little wild just to see what happens.
Yeah, totally.
Like I bought this, it was like bright pink mob wife jacket. And I got it in vanilla bean, magenta, and black. And I was like, damn it, I should have just got it in the black. Like, what was I thinking? Like, why did I get all three colors?
Oh.
sold every single one of them except the black one.
Yeah, because that's
too staple.
Show it, yeah.
And it was pricey too. I was
Yeah.
like, what was I thinking? You know, but you never know. That's
Right.
why you're literally, just like Tracy always says, you're literally just going to Vegas every day in the retail industry. Like you're just rolling the dice. Like, let's see what happens today. Because you never know.
Yeah.
They're going to buy the magenta jacket. That's like crazy amounts of money. Well, not that crazy, but.
Well, and the other thing I would say, ask questions and then try it on.
Yeah.
Whether you think it is going to be something you're into or not, just try it on.
Yeah, because it
You
could look
never
completely
know.
different on than it does look on the hanger. Yeah,
Totally.
for sure.
And
Yes,
you're there
good
to
point.
have fun.
Yes.
Just, I mean, what else are you going to do?
Well, honestly,
Go
like,
to the room, put the clothes on,
it's
pretend
like
you're...
it's not that deep. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
it's just clothes.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't like it, it's
Put it back
okay.
on the hanger. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, but you might love it. So
That's what I've been trying to now in this era of my life. Like, okay, there's things I want to try, but it's like if you're not comfortable in it or you can't pull it off, then don't do it. Don't try to morph yourself into a trend just because you want to be on trend. And then also at the same time, just because it's on trend, if you don't like it, who cares?
Right.
Like, just have
Don't
your own style.
Participate in it.
Mhm.
yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Do you ever have customers who try something on and they come out and they're like, "Oh, I love it," and you're like, "You shouldn't."
Oh no.
Yeah.
It happened ladies' night. This girl named Rebecca.
Get back in that dressing room. Well, normally what I would do with that is I'm never going to encourage that. But if it's like legitimately something that somebody really loves and they feel good in it and it's not like embarrassing,
Right.
why not? Like,
Yeah.
you
Go
know,
for it.
rock
Yeah.
it. But like, I'll always offer like a second or a third option and be like, just try this instead. And like, then you can compare, like, do you really love it? Because I'm so impulsive. Like, I'm like that even in my own store. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm taking this because, and I'll wear it once and I'm like, I'm never going to wear that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Sometimes
mean,
that happens.
it does. Yeah.
Yeah, I've often with friends, they come out and they're like, "Do I look cute?" I don't think you look as cute as you do in other things.
Yeah.
Yep. Or maybe that color is not for your skin tone.
Yeah.
You know, there's nicer ways to say it. But I mean, I was a hairdresser for a long time, so I know how to
You know
butter
how to
people
do-
up.
there you go.
It's my full-time job.
That's perfect. Well, that lends well for this new era for
I don't
you.
know if it does because I'm like the worst salesperson, but I don't know, man. I'm learning. The store's cool though.
Well, and you could leave with a story.
That's true. Where can people find you on social channels and things like that to see new things you have?
So Instagram's really good. So it's at Gray and Co MT, and then same thing with Facebook.
Cool. I've seen you do like live videos and stuff showing new merch,
and there will be
everything.
more of that.
Cool.
That's another thing I feel like is hard for like my generation is like the whole video and reel thing, but it's so necessary. So I
important.
am working on it. I'm
Yeah.
trying.
Well, you're doing great.
There'll
from
be
what
more
I've
of that.
seen.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then your physical location is something Central Avenue.
Yes, 427 Central Avenue, kitty corner from Dragonfly, right across the street from Big Dipper Ice Cream.
Ooh, do you allow ice cream in the store?
Yep, you can bring whatever you want. Come on, and bring your dog in. I don't care.
Yes, even more reason why.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, we've had a blast. I don't care if you've had fun or not, but it kind of sounded like you did.
It's been great. I love it.
Hey, it's Friday.
It is. Means nothing for me.
I mean,
but
we'd idea, right? She's
okay.
like, it's not anything.
I subbed 5 more days worth of work.
it's okay. Love it.
Do you get an off day?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
We're closed Sundays. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's good. Thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you, ladies.
Erica.
So nice to chat with you.
And obviously, fun to be had in downtown.
Yes.
Great clothes to be had at Gray & Co. at 427 Central Avenue.
Good job.
And if you want to be part of the Initial E Necklace Club, just buy the necklace and show up at the visitor center, and I will guide you to the front yard, and you bring your own bottle of wine.
This is why I need an E necklace, and not an S necklace.
And until we see your bright, smiling, happy, healthy, beautiful faces here in our fine city of Great Falls, Montana, we do hope you are creating amazing memories with your friends and family wherever you might be. We'll see you soon.
We're No Damn Experts is the recorded claims from Great Falls, Montana, covering what you need to know about this amazing damn town. Damn, that felt good.